Good evening. Just gonna show you how I cook my boys' favorite macaroni and cheese. I'm just putting in the salt and olive oil in the water where we're gonna cook the pasta. And when it's boiled, we will just put pasta in. At the moment, I'm using the micro spiral because I didn't know I ran out of the macaroni pasta, but this works just fine. And we're not gonna overcook it. Just follow the packets. And this one is like 8 minutes, and we don't want it to go like mushy. So we're just gonna strain that, set it aside, and then we'll start our sauce from scratch starting with the butter. Oops, I forgot to turn the heat down. Then we're just gonna add our freshly diced garlic and let that cook. Just keep stirring because we don't want to burn this. And then we're gonna add some Dijon, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. This makes the dish smell really nice. And yeah, just put the heat on medium if you can. And we'll make some roux by adding slowly a tablespoon of plain flour. Just keep mixing it while you're doing that so it doesn't burn and stick to the bottom of the pan. And then we're gonna add our fresh cow's milk. This is full, I don't know, I use the full standard blue milk. Just 1 cup at a time. Just have to keep stirring it because you will notice that the first cup the sauce will go thick quite fast, but because we want more sauce and we don't want our macaroni and cheese to be dry, we'll basically use 5 cups of cow's milk. Depends on what you want. I think I ended up just using 4 because the thickness of the sauce, we don't want it too runny. And I found that 4 is just enough. And basically we'll just have to keep mixing this until the consistency becomes thick. The whole process, this is the part just have to be patient and you don't walk away. Just stay there, keep stirring it. You don't let it overflow in your pan, and wait for it to just quite thick. You notice when you're mixing that it's a bit hard to mix, and when it's ready you'll see and feel it because it gets harder and harder to mix. So it depends on what consistency you would like. I don't want it to be too thick, so I turned off the heat and then I added my cheese. You can add mozzarella and parmesan if you want it, but this is cheddar and that's all the cheese that I got in the fridge. And this is the beauty of macaroni and cheese. You just use what you've got in your pantry and in your fridge and just be creative about it. I'll just do the same, taste nice as long as you've got the butter, the Dijon mustard, and the milk, and any type of cheese. So I'm just gonna put into our baking dish because we're gonna bake it for 20 minutes. And while I was cooking the sauce, I actually put on some bacon bits in the oven because I didn't want to hand fry it, and it just makes the process even faster, not fussing around frying bacon. So I just put it in the oven. It's easier that way. Just gonna put this sauce. You can try to get as much sauce as you want. You don't waste any. And then we're gonna get our bacon out of the oven, and we can just add it on top. It's a bit hot, so this bacon bits is very they are thick slices. It almost feels like ham bits, but nonetheless, I'm pretty sure it'll just makes our macaroni and cheese taste great. I've used it before, no problem. My boys never loved it and always ask for seconds, or they bring it to school. Husband takes it at work. And the Dijon mustard, I promise you, makes this dish even better. So we're just gonna mix it properly. So make sure that, we distribute our sauce all over our pasta. Just excuse the mess. I've only just noticed that bacon when I was looking back at my video. So just mix it. You don't have to be rough about it. And just to know each part of better distribution of bacon as well, and sauce. And then we're gonna put this in the oven for about 20 minutes. So you can top it up. At this stage, you can probably top it up with Parmesan cheese if you have any. But as I said, I'm only using one type of cheese, which is cheddar, tonight. And then I will bang it into the oven for about 20 minutes, just to give it a bit of crust at the top.